Finally, it has been announced that the Bears starters are playing this Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills. D Snow, I'm ready to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are too. Keep it locked. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to an all-new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy, John J. And with me, once again, is my dog, D Snow from the Go. What's going on, family?
It's a great day, baby. It's a great day in Bears Kingdom. We are bearing down as usual. And I'm just excited, man. Excited about Sunday. I wish you could get here a little faster because of the great news that we heard, man. And I'm just excited about football, man. It's been a lot of good things going on. How you doing, baby?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. You know, when it's something to talk about on the football side, I'm always feeling good. And we had that news, ladies and gentlemen, earlier this morning that the Bears players, the starters, are gonna play this weekend. So we figured that's something we gotta react to. You did. But man, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into all of this, please do your boys a solid. Get down there and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single one of our drops. And subscribe to this thing if you haven't already, because we get busy over here.
We cooking.
Yeah. And share this with all your Bears friends, your Bears haters, everybody. We'll take that smoke.
You heard?
But yeah, D Snow. So we didn't talk Monday, but they had a practice on Monday. And one of the things that came out of this practice was that the offense didn't look so good, like it regressed a little bit. But and we double back today after we get the announcement of them playing is that Caleb was on fire. This was his best practice. Now, one of the biggest issues that I've been hearing from a lot of the people today was still got some pre-snap issues to work out. And that's kind of the biggest Achilles heel right now. But D Snow, with the announcement that the starters are playing this weekend, the offense is coming off a really good practice, Caleb having his best practice. How you feel going into this thing this weekend?
Hey, man, it's about time. We need this. We need this for the fans. We need this for the putnits, the talking heads, the greenies on Get Up. I'm tired of Lewis Reddick. We need to shut him up with all his. He always got negative things to say about us. And I think because of how good all of the rookie quarterbacks look this weekend, it's just like, man, with a guy coming into a new year with a new offensive scheme, new situation, I felt like what everybody was saying, Caleb, we want to see what Caleb got. He should be out there getting a taste of what it's going to be like, getting his feet wet. So I'm just excited that the kid is finally going to get a chance to get on the field and show us what they've been working hard on. And I'm just hoping for good things. I know it's still going to be a work in progress. I'm not expecting him to come out there and go 6 for 7 for 150 and 2 touchdowns. But if he does, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, I think we should probably brace ourselves that he will play, but he probably won't play much. I did hear a stat from, shout out to Pat the Designer, Windy City Breeze, and ESPN Chicago podcast host. But he actually had looked up the stat, so I got to give him the credit. But back when Ben Johnson first started working with Jared Goff, that first preseason, he only had like 3 passes. He was like 2 of 3. So, and then he was out of the game. So now that's a different situation too. Jared Goff was already a vet at the time.
Yeah, already been to the
but
Super
I think
Bowl.
We should still prepare ourselves that it might be a quick in and out. Just see what he got, see what the offense look like. Hopefully we can get rid of some of these pre-snap issues. But it might be in and out. It might be just a one drive thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Especially with another joint practice this Friday against that same Buffalo Bills squad. D Snow, you ready for round 2 of Hard Knocks?
Man, you already know, man. It's our time, baby. We want our guy out there too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for it, man. I love Hard Knocks. I think anybody that drinks the Hard Knocks Kool-Aid, it gets you excited for whatever team they're talking about. So, I mean, the Bills already have a lot, ride behind them. The Bills Mafia. I mean, they're calling them Super Bowl contenders. Shout out to the other brother that got that check today.
Cook,
What's his name? Cook got that
James
paper.
Cook.
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Cook.
The other Cook
Yeah.
brother got his paper today. So they are gearing up over there to try to go on the Super Bowl run. So I think this is
That's
going to be a
what's up.
good test for us, man.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good test. I don't think that we gonna have that is well. I don't want to say we won't, but it probably won't be as easy as it sounds like the Miami practice was. Is what I'm trying to get at. This is a much different level of a team, but
Yeah,
great litmus test.
I think it's kind of funny. The one thing we didn't talk about is right before this, Miami just got through going through the whole thing with having to
Against
let go.
Detroit.
No, but they just had to let
Oh.
go of Wilkinson too. So I don't know if they had a.
Maybe that was a big time player in the middle of that line.
Man, big time player in the middle.
And then not the same, but Jalen Ramsey gone.
Yeah,
Went
man.
to
They got a different team over there
It's
now,
definitely
man.
different.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, I was watching today. They had joint practice with the Lions. I think it was today. And Lions went crazy on them. There's a video out there of Amon-Ra St. Brown burning somebody and going deep. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that.
But hopefully Mike McDaniel get his squad together because it ain't looking good. But back to our squad, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, man.
For sure.
But let's talk about a little bit about that left tackle battle. Today was an interesting day from what I'm hearing, because I think Amagaji is probably still out with injury. I'm not sure. I know he didn't play on this past Sunday at the Dolphins game, but I didn't hear about him working out today, so I'm thinking he's out with injury still. As was Darnell Wright at right tackle. So Ozzie Trapillo got work on the right side today, and a new name entered the chat at left tackle. Now, I don't think it's a fourth guy for the battle. I think it's just because of injuries and you want to see what guys can do on a rotation. Braxton Jones got worked. They say he going backwards. So the Canadian Eagle, Theo Benedict, star of Hard Knocks last year, played left tackle and ran with the ones today. D Snow, what you think about that?
Hey, that is a turn of events right there. Because it's been all about the rookie and about Braxton. So to hear the Canadian's name come up, shout out to him. Like you said, he was a darling of Hard Knocks last year. I mean, but we all know that when it comes to making this team right now, it's going to be about, who shows up. And the big word that they keep throwing around is accountability. They keep throwing that word around. They're throwing that word around a lot. And I saw somebody say this, and I agree. It's hard to have accountability when guys aren't playing. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? But I think they are really, really holding they holding these guys to the fire. That in those big moments, if you don't show up, you're gonna sit down. We're gonna put the next guy in. You're gonna protect our quarterback. My guy's not gonna. We're not gonna have the most sacks in the league again. My guy's not gonna be dirty every game, throwing the ball against the ground, memes on the sideline of him looking like he didn't get beat for his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I love it, man. I love it that they are really, really putting the sole focus on making sure that offensive line is going to do its job.
Absolutely. And then I want to make it clear that the rookie did get work today. He played on the right side in place of right. So he was out there. He didn't lose his spot, but I think it's good to know that he can play on.
Yes, sir. I know we talked about that before. Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah, yeah.
But we also heard we heard a little bit from the offensive line coach, Dan Rochar, I think is how you pronounce it. And I'll make sure I share that on Twitter. But he talked a little bit about Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright. He was a little bit critical. He talked about he saw some good things from Braxton Jones in the game, but then in practice, he said he flat out told him, you regressed, you went backwards. Did you get a chance to check out that video, D Snow?
I saw a little bit of it, and I mean, he was just stern and just, hey, this is what they're about, man. We have the culture that we're creating right now is going to be about accountability. These guys are hard on these guys. That's why they brought in a guy like Eric Bieniemy. So we're seeing what it's about here. They're going to be tough on these guys, and they are not going to hold their lip. And I love it. I love it. I love what we're doing. I mean, it's creating a comfortable atmosphere of competition. Where these guys know if I go out here and do my job and work my butt off, it don't matter where I was drafted, I'm gonna get my chance. So I mean, the best guy should be on the field no matter where you were drafted.
Absolutely. And I'm retweeting that right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check us out on X at CHI Go Bears. I'm posting that from the offensive line coach Dan Rochar right now. So y'all check us out and follow us on there.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that is posted. So check us out on there if you want to hear what he had to say about Braxton Jones. And after the show, I'll do the Darnell Wright one as well. But it was this coaching staff. I mentioned it before, but it's refreshing to see that they don't pull punches. They say what's on their mind. You know, they're not covering up or, putting sugar on shit, so to speak.
Yeah.
They telling you how it is. And he was like, I told Braxton, you were just flat out not good. So I like that. That's real accountability. That's what that means. So I think the sky is still the limit for this squad and this offensive line because of coaching staff like that that's not going to baby these guys. We also heard more about I heard them talk more today about how Caleb Williams is constantly still being just overrun with so much information, but it's good to see that it's catching on now. He's starting to pick up, and we're deep into training camp, but we still got about 2 more weeks left. So there's still a lot of development time left. And we already kind of started this thing off thinking that it's going to be a slow development anyway. These guys, Ben Johnson still doesn't know what exact scheme he's going to run. And he even reiterated that today. We don't know if we're going to be a zone team or what. So they're still a little bit behind, which, if I'm being totally honest, kind of worries me a little bit. But again, the sky's the limit. How do you feel about that?
I'm not worried at all because I feel like the evil genius is trying to disguise this. Because the thing about football is you have to have an edge. You got to be able to keep people on their toes. You don't want people to be able to read what you're going to do on offense and defense. I think he's trying to not give up too much because people are thinking he's going to be the same guy that came out of Detroit. And I think he's trying to bring a little bit of that and more now. So I think he's just trying to be a little vanilla with everything. I think he got plans. He's just not letting it out. And I like that.
Maybe. I'm sure he has plans, but it all depends on what the personnel
no doubt
can do. And again, we got to remember this isn't all coming from him. These just open practices. Everybody is seeing what's going on in practice right now. So you hear a lot of ups and downs, but more ups than downs.
Yeah.
So when I say I'm a little bit worried, it's more so just like today. You heard that one of the biggest issues today was the pre-snap stuff. Yes, the offense did good, but you had a lot of pre-snap issues. And that was kind of the issue at the very beginning. So that is what I mean. That is what I mean when I say it worries me a little bit.
Man.
But
third offense in 3 years, 3 offensive coordinators, man. Let the kid get his feet comfortable, man.
Well, no, you think I'm talking about Caleb. I said offense. I didn't say Caleb.
So I'm thinking you're talking about the offense. We're talking Caleb. He the one snapping the ball, right? So we talking about
snap issues mean anybody.
Oh, could be offensive line, could be
everything.
Okay. So it's everybody, not just Caleb. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about Caleb. I'm talking about the offense.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
That's where my concern is at. But also, in defense of that, today we have to remember again. I just mentioned No Braxton got worked. No Amagaji. No Ozzy went onto the right side, not on the left side. No Darnell Wright. So it was a different
Yeah, that's
pairing
true.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
offensive
yeah,
line.
yeah.
So that could have been the cause of some of those issues. I want people to remember that. This is Theo Benedict. This is the first time we had this combination.
So just relax,
So that
everybody. Just
could have a lot
relax.
to do with it too. But I want to show all angles of what's going on.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. But Friday. This Friday is when the joint practice starts with the Buffalo Bills. Mentioned it once before, but how are you expecting this thing to go down, D Snow? What you think it's gonna go like?
Well, I watched the first episode of Hard Knocks already, and that Buffalo defense was looking pretty stout against
They
that
did some
offense.
scouting for us.
Man, them boys was looking hungry, thirsty, and ready to go. So I really hope that our guys are ready because those guys are really, man. They looking like they're getting up to really go on a nice Super Bowl run. They got a nice defense. They got guys like Tre'Davious coming back, White. They got a healthy squad. Espinoza, whatever. Did I say his name right? Espinoza, whatever his name was. What's that? I can't know. AJ. AJ is his name.
I know who AJ Epinesa.
Yeah, like man,
Epinesa.
they have a really good defense. So I'm expecting them to really show out. I would love to see our offense shine a little bit, but I think because everything's still new, it's gonna be tough. But I'm looking to see what our defense can do against Josh and those guys because we know the type of offense they like to run. Right down your throat. Man. So they do the bell cow style. They want to rush, rush, rush. So hopefully our defense can show up and show us that what we're gonna be bringing this year.
Yeah, and you got Cook, fresh paper. He's gonna be running inspired.
Yeah.
Because I can't recall if it was a holdout. I think he was holding in. He was at camp, right?
Yeah, he was at camp.
He was already at camp.
He knew they was gonna pay him. They not trying to. They like where they're going as a team. So, and that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm hoping that we're finally building that type of culture too. Because the Bills went on. How long did the Bills go without being a winning team? They were the laughing stock of the league for years to be a perennial Super Bowl run team every year now. So I'm just hoping that could be us.
Yeah. Everybody got to start somewhere.
Yes, sir.
And then just some more notes today from some of the tweets out there that were at camp. Romo Dunze looks like, or Romo Dunze. I keep saying Odunze, but it's Odunze. Romo Dunze looks like Caleb's go-to guy, especially in the red zone. They continue to work together after practice. So that pairing looks like that's locked up. And again, that's why I asked that question at the beginning of the season or at the beginning of the offseason.
You could tell they hanging out. They hanging out in the offseason, throwing the ball around. And number one receiver and the quarterback need that type of relationship, man. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep asking all year, who was the actual number one? Rome or DJ?
Until Luther start going crazy.
And then they say Montez Sweat is active in that backfield. He looks healthy and ready.
Yes, sir. We need a couple of flips out of him. Athletic dude. He be going crazy.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But I think the headline from today is everyone will play. And then also, just a quick update. They say that Jalen Johnson still looks like he's on par for the first week.
Okay.
So that's good news. Hopefully it continues to go that way. But other than that, I don't got much else. D Snow, you got anything else you want to mention for the people?
Hey, I gotta talk about this. Shout out to Shedeur Sanders, number 4 on the depth chart today. Like that kid is like no matter what he does, they're gonna continue to throw some obstacles at him. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna end up trading him, man. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. The Browns have never made good decisions.
Agreed.
They've never made good decisions. Why would they start now? They just gave all that money. They planned on not having a good season when they gave all that money to what's his name, to the defensive guy,
Myles Garrett.
They knew they was gonna suck, and then all of a sudden, God gave him Shedeur, and now they want Dylan. We're gonna start Dylan this week. Like, I don't get it when you get a gift like this and it's wrapped up. And matter of fact, they gave y'all a Christmas gift that was unwrapped, so y'all already saw what it was. You saw it was a good gift. and you still want to return it.
For one, I don't think that way. I think that when I saw him standing with Andrew Berry over there, I think now ownership might feel a certain way, but they got that brother at GM. I think he gonna find his way on there. I don't think he leaves. I think if you think you're gonna be bad, that's when you don't give your star edge $40 million a year. That's when you trade him and just get more picks.
Yeah.
And they made that they got so many picks because they made that trade with Jacksonville, that Travis Hunter trade. I don't know. I think they like what they see in the kid. It's still early for the depth chart. I don't see much movement. Nothing is going to move after the first preseason game. That never happens. It's just the hype you want to see him move because it's like, come on, he showed you something. Why y'all ain't doing nothing? But other guys didn't play, so they're not going to move down because they didn't play.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only that, he's got an injury, so his status for this game is up in the air. If y'all didn't hear, he kind of had a little oblique issue from practice earlier today, so we'll see what happens from that. Hopefully that's minor. But I don't know. It's still early. I think that I guess maybe it's just more so that I want to see him win there. You know, that's a team that's not in a worse situation than us. They ain't never been good.
Not me. I want to see y'all with the bags over y'all heads again. I want.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see them be rewarded for being the only team to pull
for the
trigger
fans,
again.
I want the fans to get something out of it. It's just the front office I don't got no love for. But the fans, man, the way they support Shedeur and how much fun they had with him this last Sunday, like, man, you got to be happy for Brown fans.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think he'll eventually get that spot. If he doesn't, then that's just ludicrous. But it's right now. I'm not worried about the movement on the depth chart. I don't expect movement on the depth chart after one preseason game, and so many didn't play. But eventually the noise is gonna get too loud. So
yeah, man.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they still start the season with Flacco, just because he's the vet. They might want to get him out that gauntlet.
Season vet.
I think they got their first 4-5 games is some tough ones, so they might try to get the vet out there first and then work him in afterwards.
Yeah, don't let him get beat up too bad. I can see that.
But yeah, eventually the noise is gonna get too loud. So hopefully they do the right thing.
Oh, it's gonna be fun to watch though, no matter what.
Yeah. And then just one more thing I want to mention is, once again, they keep saying the name Monangai. Kyle Monangai. Monangai might be our guy.
He fell into our lap with that 5th round pick.
Monangai might be our guy. 7th round pick.
7th round pick. I'm sorry. Put some respect on him.
7th round picks hardly don't ever even make rosters, and this kid might lead in carries.
I ain't gonna lie. When your boy ran that kickoff for a touchdown, I was like, "Ooh, we could have had him." What's today? What's his name? The kid from
Ohio State.
Yeah, he plays for
Travion Henderson.
Yes, he ran one back for the Patriots.
I told you that's my guy. That was my guy, and that's who the Bears wanted.
He got picked. Whoa, he is a rocket out of a cannon.
That's who they wanted. He got picked. One pick above us, I believe.
Oh my God! When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, we could have had that."
Yeah, well, we didn't pass on him. They wanted him.
No, we did. We didn't pass.
He went one pick ahead. That's when we took Burden, but they wanted him bad. From what I heard.
Well, we see why. We see why.
I told you that was one of my favorite players coming out. 4.41 speed. But
that boy nice with it.
But everybody talk about Genty because that's 7-yard average. Guess who else had a 7-yard per carry average?
Who?
Travion Henderson.
I thought you were going to say Kyle Monangai.
Travion Henderson. That guy who you talking about had the same per carry as Genty, but he had a split backfield because it was him and Juckins.
That's what's man.
So they got something over there.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, get down in those comments. Tell us your thoughts and expectations for this weekend coming up. And did we miss anything? Did we get it wrong? Let us know how you feel. Chop it up with your
Please
boys.
do. Please do. We enjoy the comments.
Yeah, no doubt. And don't forget to drop a like, share, and subscribe this thing. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for stopping by. From us here, CHI Go Bears. It's always bear down. But yeah, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we'll catch up with y'all later.
For sure. Catch y'all next time.
Yes, sirski.
Bear
Stay
down,
safe.
baby.
Peace.